welcome back to another edition of 42nd Street Pete's Grindhouse, really weird cinema, and a little health update. The MRI came back okay. I really didn't get too much feedback on that. I got injured years ago, herniating L4 and L5, so been going to a chiropractor and had nerve blocks before that, so it is what it is. The other thing, I don't know, they want me to go see a gastroenterologist so somebody else can stick their finger in my ass or something. I don't fucking know. But anyway, going back to movies. Here's one from 1958 from the good people. They gave us Curse of Frankenstein, Horror of Dracula, Curse of the Werewolf, and all that other great stuff. And you know, they had some adventure films and stuff like that, but this one doesn't seem to be on the radar much anymore because it's really pretty fucking depressing and racist and all kinds of other shit. And it's called The Camp on Blood Island. And it's not the Blood Island we all know and love, though it could be because it claims it's in the Philippines or Malaysia or something like that. So maybe after they left, Dr. Lorca moved in or something. But anyway, it's a really depressing prisoner of war film. It's got British prisoners, men on one side of the island, women and children on the other side of the island, led by this evil commandant who, incidentally, all of the Japanese villains are played by Caucasians. They're made up. Michael Ripper is in there. They put that, what is it, like flexible collodion, like they put it in the corners of your eyes and it pulls it back like that. That's how fucking racist it is. And, of course, in the credits, they say Japs and stuff. So, yeah, it's pretty fucked up, and it opens up with them having a prisoner dig his own grave, and they execute him. And there's a plot to basically get out of the prison, but what they find out is that the war is over. The war's been over for 2 days, but if the evil colonel finds out that Japan lost, he's going to massacre everybody on the fucking island. So there's another escape, and this one diplomat prisoner wants to start some shit, which he does, and finds out that his wife was killed in the other camp. And then this American pilot is captured trying to tell them that, like, telling the prisoners the war's over, but not telling the colonel the war's over because he figures it's going to be fucking bad. So he escapes with another guy, and they get one of the women out. I think it's Barbara Shelley. That's the only other name I know in there. And they basically get out, and while the other guy in the camp tells all the prisoners to start arming themselves, which is like, I'm thinking, why the fuck didn't they do this before? Because they got some very impressive homemade weapons in a short time. So basically, these guys get the help, but the one guy who's being the pain in the ass, you know, I want to, you know, we should all be peaceful, shit like that, goes to see the colonel basically to flip on the other guys, but has a hand grenade because the prisoners discovered a bunch of rusty old hand grenades in the latrine or something. And he goes in to see the colonel and pulls the pin and blows the nasty colonel up. And then the prisoners attack in mass and get control of the gun towers and shit and basically kill all the evil Japanese soldiers. And there's sort of a happy ending, but not really. And the credits roll, and it goes proudly a Hammer film. Weirdly, I think there's another one out, another Blood Island one, where Michael Ripper is more prominent as some kind of sadistic officer or something. There is visible blood. The print I saw was in black and white, but I'm pretty sure it was one of those weird-ass things where they released it to either the theaters in black and white or TV color, whatever the fuck it was. It was a whole handful of films that basically came out of Great Britain that were shot that way for whatever reason. So I think it's available on one of those burn-on-demand ones, but it doesn't do anything action-wise until the end, and it's pretty depressing to watch these people get crushed and defeated by, you know, the evil Asian warlords or whatever the fuck they were calling them back then. But anyway, it's kind of weird because when you think of Hammer, you never think of shit like this, and then they had those icons of adventure with, what the hell were they? Stranglers of Bombay, Terror of the Tongs. Oh, fuck, there was something else. They pretty much diversified a lot with a bunch of stuff, but, you know, they were mainly known for their horror stuff, so this is kind of really offbeat, and it's sort of like, this is the film we really don't want nobody to fucking see, you know, that type of shit. And like I said, you know, basically all the major Japanese characters are played by, you know, Caucasian guys. And the Asians that are all sprinkled in look like a mix of Filipinos and Koreans and Chinese, which makes me think that the casting agent went to every buffet in fucking London and just rounded up all these guys on their off hours and gave them uniforms and shit. So, anyway, might be worth a look, might not, but it's just one of those weird little pieces of cinema that sort of gets lost in the shuffle. So, that's our show for today. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for tuning in. Above all, stay safe, and we will catch you Friday on the flip side.